you today. Patrice Evans here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to be back. Today we have a special video, as you probably saw with the title, and I'm going to help you with your Zoom and your streaming, your live streaming in Zoom. I got a message from one of the Lovelies. She's so wonderful. I love you. All right, so Marilynn, I just want to say hi to you, and I want to tell you thank you so much for being such a wonderful supporter. But she was asking me to help all of you know how to do this, how to set things up like this. So that if you're interested in that, then stay on, and I'm really excited to share that with you. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself to anyone who's new. My name is Patrice Evans. I'm considered the belly dancing minister, and if you've seen my other videos, you'll know why. I hope you join me on Sunday where I do a Christian message. On Saturday, we do a live class, belly dance fit class with me. On Tuesdays, I show any of my performances, my belly dance performances, acting, anything. And on Thursdays, we do something about beauty and hair. So today, I've decided to answer my sister's question because I really have noticed myself, I'm cringing when I think of this idea of Zoom and all this live streaming, and I'm so excited to answer her question. I'm going to read it to you, part of the question, so that I can be on target with what I'm saying. So before I do that, I want you to please, it's free to take the time out to subscribe. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers, and I would love your help to get there, and I will definitely be giving a gift at that time. I'll have to blend the 9,000, 10,000 together, so I'm really excited about that. God is really blessing. So please press the subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified of all my videos, and comment on things and let me know how you're feeling, if you're being blessed, if you're receiving Jesus as your Savior. So this channel is about bringing out a woman's joy from her beautiful hair to her beauty from the inside out, and we keep Jesus at the center of all that we do. So I really hope this is something that you want to be a part of. This is a great time to jump in on something so amazing like this for us women, and how we can affect our families after our joy has been lifted, right? So I am your joy lifter, and so we are joy seekers, and so I'm so happy to have you. Okay, so my sister, she actually just said to me that I do a great job, and she says how to look good on camera. And so I'm going to talk about how to look good on Zoom, live stream, and camera. How about that? So that people who are looking to do that can get the help. I'm going to tell you, I was cringing when it first came out because I was thinking, oh my goodness, somebody's going to make a mistake, because people are just not aware of this technology. And it's even different from what I'm doing, because I can actually edit when I do this. Not many people can even do this. So when I saw this streaming and this live stuff, I was like, oh my goodness, people are going to forget that they're live. They're going to say things. They're going to hear things. I mean, they don't know what they're doing. So I'm actually excited that she gave me this question. She said that the suggestions would be, she wanted to know about makeup, hair, outfits, lighting, backdrop, and camera angles. And she just wants to be able to be more a part of the group and feel confident that she's looking the way she wants to be presented. And what a great question. Even me, having all the experience I have as an actress and as a performer, I actually, when I Zoom it with my church group, I have to think of those things too. And I am scrummaging around trying to get ready for my live meeting. So I understand. So I'm really excited to get started with sharing with you what I've come up with. So let's get started. Let me just let you know what I came up with. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to be aware of what is the occasion. It's just like if you were leaving the house. See, our bodies are so used to turning on this other level of consciousness when we step out of the house. Because when we step out of the house, we're like, oh, okay, people can see me. But since we're not doing that, we don't realize when you turn on that stream, a live stream, you are stepping out of the house. And everybody in your house is stepping out. What's happening is outside's coming into your house. You need to be aware of that. The outside's coming in. And you are not clear or sure that they're not taping it, filming it, and going to upload it. So you want to make sure of that. And anything that's done in the computer, online, out here, be ready that it can go anywhere. Anyone can take that, film it. They can be filming the entire thing of you, and they can go do whatever they want with it. So anytime you open up any live stream, keep in mind that that's you going out into the world. So I'm so glad that my sister has kept hers black until she feels comfortable. And I hope this helps anybody else who's been wise enough to keep it black until they know how to present themselves. So now you've come into my world. My world is all about, a lot of actors and performers have publicists and people who who talk to them before they do things. And since we've been into this World Wide Web, a lot of regular people have had to learn how to do that. They've made mistakes or not. We've also been forgiven because a lot of people understand that when you are a YouTuber or anything like that, you're also a person. So you're not going to do everything perfect. If you just saw me reach over, what I did was I looked at my mirror for a second just to make sure, because I'm still trying to get a monitor together. I'll be getting a monitor that's on another level, but I just want you to keep that in mind for later, okay? All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to know what is the occasion. Just like you would at home, okay? I'm getting ready to go to work. So when there's an occasion to work, I have a persona of how I am when I go to work. There is a protocol to how I have to be. But when you're at work, you're in front of people, you're bending down, you know what you're doing. So your whole attire from head to toe has to accommodate what you're going to be doing at work. When I was a teacher for many years, my mom taught me, because she was a teacher, that you need to wear comfortable shoes. And I tried to defy that in the beginning, and I used to love heels, so I always wore heels. And she was right. You can't wear heels all day. So it has to do with where you're going, the occasion. So it's very important that when you're doing live streams, that the occasion is in mind. So is this school? Are you a student? Is this your child and they have to be prepared for how they're going to look in school? Is it church? Is it actual church? You have a small church, an actual church where you actually see each other? Or is it a church meeting? Is it a believers meeting, just a meeting where we're getting together and it's stemmed from church, a Christian meeting or anything like that? Is it actually your job where you actually, it's just a meeting for once in a while? Or is it something you do have to do with your job regularly? Is it a family meeting? I've noticed families are having birthday parties like this, or they're having funerals, or they're having, I don't know if they're having weddings, but these are family things. Or maybe they're having mitigation, or they're dealing with counseling, or is it your counselor? So I've had meetings with my acting coach. I used to do that before Zoom. So I just want you to know that it's so important that the first thing you do is find out, what is this I'm doing? Now, there are those times when it's just a once in a blue moon thing, and that's over here. And we can always address that in another video. But right now, I want to talk about those things that you're going to be doing weekly, regularly. You are regularly going to this meeting, this Zoom, this meeting, or whatever this is you're doing. So let's say it's a church meeting, or it's your job, or it's your child's school. These are things that are weekly or daily or often, right? Those are the things I want to focus on in this video. So what you need to do is what I do as a performance artist, as a celebrity figure on my own right. I have to know something called what my brand is. Meaning, what do you don't realize it when you look at a lot of business coaches, they say, everyone has a brand. Everyone has a brand. And so now you have to step into the world of the performance artist, and you have to think about, what's my brand? So what that means is, what do I want to portray myself to be? A lot of times we don't think about it. We just kind of stuck in the 80s, or we're the way we want to be. But you need to know, what is it that I want to portray? I made a decision, for example, that I was going natural. So before that, my brand was, I like to be put together in a way where my hair looks the same every time you see me. I did it for my acting so that everyone knew what they were going to get when they saw Patrice, when they thought of Patrice. When they see me, I had a look. And that fake hair kept it so set that I never had to worry about what people thought of when they thought of me. I always had that same face with me all the time because I had that look. And when you have fake hair, it's an easy way to keep a brand consistent. And that's kind of what I did, because when life was going crazy, my hair always looked the same. It always looked good. Maybe it was thinner or thicker and sometimes, but they knew what they were getting into when they saw me in person, or when they, my agent, wanted to put me out on audition, or even in my family, friends, anybody around me, they knew who Patrice was based on my brand, my look. You can call it your look, your persona, your appearance. Your consistent appearance is what we're talking about. What I want to look like in front of people. It's very important because you want to stick to something if you haven't already done that, because people want to be endeared to you. If you think of somebody you love that's famous, there's something about the way they look. Whatever it is you have decided is the look that you think you want to have, and it's appropriate for this regular thing you're doing. Find what that is and lock that in for this regular thing you do. Tweak it. Find one thing that you are and tweak it based on the different things you're going to be doing. So for example, my brand is this. I wear this. My other brand is when I am doing my hair, I'll wear the wig that's for my acting. So those are my two things, and I need to lock that in because you who love me, you love who I look like. When you connect me with how you feel about me, my look has something to do with that. The way I carry myself, the way I talk, right? So you want people to be familiar with, oh, that's Linda over there. Oh, that's Marilynn. Okay, oh, you know Marilynn. Marilynn, the girl that wears her hair, so people need that. They need to know who you are regularly. So find out who that's going to be in general. Now find out who she is when she is talking to her grandchildren, when she's talking to family, when she's talking to the teacher at school, when she's talking to the pastor, and when she's going to work. That same brand, but it's going to tweak a little bit. Now I'm going to take another level. You do not have to wear a suit now. People get that you're home. So you're taking down your look a little bit of a notch. This brand that you have, bring it down a few notches to be comfortable for you. So now you've taken how you look and you're taking it, making it comfortable. This is another big thing. Because they're coming into your house, even though this is my brand, I can't always look like this. You may have to rely on fake hair more. You may have to, I'm talking to women, you may have to get your wig out, your go-to wig that's very close to your brand. And I believe in that. Shouldn't be too far off of what your brand is. Or in other words, it's you, but maybe they know, oh, when she blows her hair out, that's how it looks. It needs to kind of be you still. So find that brand that's you when you really have the time to do your natural hair if you're a natural, and find it when you have a head wrap. Maybe get them used to head wraps. That's your brand. She always wears these pretty head wraps. She always puts her hair up whenever she does Zoom. She didn't do it when we were at work, but now that she's Zoom, her new brand is that she keeps her hair up. She puts a little wrap with little earrings. That's her thing now. I love that new her. And so there's a Zoom you know what I mean? Or you wear a wrap and it's colorful, it's fun, but it needs to be fitting something that's comfortable for you. So for example, when I'm at church, it's so early, I don't really get dressed up really early. By the time I do a video, it's already afternoon. But I can't control the time. So I will throw on my wig. It's not all perfectly laid. And the wig is more consistent for me. I look clean and I make sure that whatever is in the frame, which we'll talk about later, is what I want to look like for that. I am pardoned from wearing a full, beautiful outfit like church on a Zoom. I don't have to dress the way I would if I was there in person. In fact, no one's expecting that. So just wear something that's a lower level of a decent way that you want to look. Now, as actors, what I've been taught, and you probably see that with all my videos, solid colors. That's always been the case. Your best color for your skin would be great. So just find things if you want to look good, you have a color that fits your undertones. Get some outfits out that are like that. So that's what I wanted to go into next. And the other thing is appropriateness to the situation, right? And appropriate in the sense that you're also adding to the equation that you're home. So it's appropriate in that too. So if you would have worn a suit, I'm repeating myself, but if you would have worn a suit at home, it wouldn't make sense. So what's a lighter version? So appropriateness in that, appropriateness into the occasion. If it's a funeral, maybe you would wear a little bit more to show the respect. You see what I'm saying? If you're talking to the teacher, you wouldn't wear your pajamas maybe, you see? So you don't want to do that. Now makeup, same concept. If you're doing something regular all the time and you're expected to do it all the time, don't get them used to full-on makeup. Do not get anyone used to something don't write a check you can't cash. Okay? Whatever I do here, the brand I give you is something I'm willing to continue to do. If I'm gonna do all makeup all the time, I'm not willing to do that, and it's not really me, and I don't want you to get used to that, fall in love with that girl, because then when I turn this, you're gonna be like, who's she? Right? You want to recognize me. So I want to enhance my regular me to show you respect that I'm dressing up for you, and I want to show you the best me that I can give you. And when I can't do it perfectly, I have an alternative, but I can still keep that level of what we've agreed, what you already know I look like. So when you do your makeup, I would say for us, I'm willing to do my foundation, my eyeliner, my mascara. I'll cover some grays. I want you to feel joyful. So I want to make sure I look as pretty as I can, and God is leading me to do that so that I can be a lead for you to be pretty and encourage you to be pretty. If it's about hair, why not show as often as I can how my hair is doing? You know what I mean? And those are the days I want to film the most. This is because my channel is about that. If this situation is about you just looking decent, and that's all you need to do, is just make sure you didn't look like you just rolled out of bed. Wash your face. Take a full shower. It does something. Take the full shower. Make sure you put on foundation, put on lip gloss and mascara. That is what I would definitely, you can write that check, I think. Because as a Mary Kay consultant, you need to be putting your foundation on. So you want to take your shower, cleanse your skin, and do the steps you need to be taking with your skin. Put on foundation and, those spots. And you want to put eyelash mascara on. You don't have to do eyeliner. But to look like you're awake, mascara. Lip gloss is fine. You do not have to get crazy. So you just look like, look, I cared enough about this meeting to do my face, okay? You can write a check like that. Now, let's say you can't get the foundation doing. That's okay. Put lip gloss and mascara and show them. Put some earrings on also. You want to put earrings on. To show them, I got dressed for you guys. I didn't just roll out of bed I got dressed. And so I have my earrings on, I have mascara, and I have some lip gloss on, and I did something with my hair. So I am ready to start. Also, with what you're wearing, when we talk about clothing, I want you to set aside what we do as YouTubers when we've gotten to a level where we realize we need to be batching or doing anything like that, is that you set aside outfits. I kind of just started doing that a few months ago, but you already know you're going to work. You already know you're going to church. You already know it. Just like you would in real life. Set aside outfits. Now, make sure, this is going to play in later. But all you really have to do, if you do the next few steps correctly, all you have to do is make sure your top is good, okay? Make sure your hands look decent. Make sure you look good from here to the waist, okay? To the stomach, head to waist. You look decent enough. Make sure you have a mirror nearby, which I'm going to talk about later. Those are the technical things. I'm going to talk about the beauty stuff first and then the technical things later. But you want to make sure that from here to here, you've looked at yourself in the mirror, you know you look good. On the bottom, you can wear leggings, you can wear a skirt, you can wear anything on the bottom. You don't even have to wear shoes. And just make sure that you follow the technical things later to make sure that works, okay? So anything you're going to show, then you have to think about what you're wearing. But if you're only going to show from my frame right now up, then you need to only worry about what you're wearing on top. This happens to be a dress that I'm wearing, so it works. But let me tell you, there are some dresses I can't wear outside because they shrunk and they're too short. I'm planning to wear them as tops. Beautiful dresses, but it shrunk and I can't wear it, or either I grew or it shrunk. I'm going to say it shrunk. Anyway, I can't wear it outside. There's a lot of things you have in your drawer you would never wear outside because it's too short on the bottom or it doesn't match any pants you have, but it's a cute top, but you just couldn't figure out what to wear it with. Well, start getting into wearing beautiful tops, not too busy. Stay away from patterns if you can afford to. Sometimes patterns are fun because I might be wearing some sundresses and you'll see some patterns soon, but if you really want this to stay focused on your face and you want to focus on the connection, then the patterns will pull the attention away from your face. And the goal is to do your face. That's what we do in acting. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the technical side. You need to find a place in the house. This is my studio here. It's a time for you to do what I do. You have to create a studio now. Now, if you have children at home, they have to create a studio. They have to go by these same rules for them, and you have to create a studio. And what that is you're creating a place, right, where you have your laptop already set up. You know what your backdrop is going to be. She wanted to know about backdrop. It's going to be the wall. Why not? Why go crazy? You just need to find a place that has a decent looking wall. And you want a wall because I'm going to tell you right now, you can't have a hallway behind you. People can pass by naked. They don't, or with pajamas on. And the lady on Zoom, they've already shown that. And here she is talking to her job. So you have to make sure nothing is behind you. Okay, that's very, very important. And lighter behind you is great. If you have darker skin, if you do any backdrops, I'm hearing that blue and gray would be great because good for our complexion. But I think always safe to have a cream or white background is safe. What we do when we send our, if you don't have a studio and you're an actor and you send your audition in, you can just have, they always say, fine, just a plain white background. So if you can get a plain white, the plainest part of in your house that you can, and just, you have to plan this now, okay? And then you want, and it's always nice to have a little plan. A lot of YouTubers started doing that, so get a little plan or get something cute. Remember, this is about your brand, your persona, so whatever you want to show, that shows you, but remember, it's about you, so you don't want to get too much crazy stuff behind you. You want them to be able to see you, right? You want them to connect, because I always want to turn it on because I'm used to the camera. My husband's feeling like my sister in Christ because he's like, I'm not always on camera. I'm not ready. So I'm always, because I feel like I'm connecting more if I'm in these groups, if they see me. So I want to be seen because I want them to see that I'm listening and connecting, and she wants to do the same. And I'm glad that you guys are going to be using these tips so you can connect. So your background should be plain. Get a little plan or something. If you don't have one, don't worry about that. That is not important. You are not a professional like me. You're not expected to. They just want to make sure that you showed up. They don't even notice these things. These are things they don't even notice. They probably don't even care if you were wearing pajamas. But psychologically, they don't realize that you are showing respect, and they respond to you differently when you do this. So you want to have that level of respect by doing this. So anyway, you want to make sure that you're in a place where you can probably close the door, because you want to have the noise level down. You want to also, it would be nice if you can be in front of a window and a wall behind you, so you can have good lighting, which we'll talk about lighting later. But this room should have at least be able to close a spot where you can actually control the lighting and the sound. And you want to make sure you've told everyone in the family that this is my studio area, this is my Zoom area, my filming area. Stay away from the area. Set it all up. Set up your studio, and then you don't have to worry about having to redo it every week. If this is something you do every week, you need to set up a studio, because you just need to come down. You need to be worrying about what you're going to talk about, not about setting up all the time. I tend to move my studio around the house, and that's when it gets frustrating. And even today, I was going to do it in another spot, and I'm like, man, my studio is already set up downstairs. I'm just going to do it downstairs. So it's like it's already set up. That's the last thing you have to worry about. Creating a studio and making sure that everyone in your area, in your family, knows this is your spot. Stay away from it. Don't touch it, because when I need to go down there, I don't need to be worrying about setting it up. You need to let them know when you're going to start your Zoom. First of all, when you turn on this thing, the moment you turn it on, you are exposed to the world. Why I say the world is because anybody on that Zoom, like I said before, can videotape the entire thing, and you now have no control over that video. So prepare for the worst and hope for the best. When you open that up, you do not know what anyone's going to do with that video. So stay on black until you're ready to do all these things. You open it up, you do the Zoom, you started going. You need to let your family know, guys, anything you say is now going to be heard. Private stuff in the house, if somebody is verbally abusive, God forbid, or maybe they were joking about being verbally abusive, that's calling a name, putting someone down, curse words. I mean, we are allowed to do things wrong in our home. You know what I mean? Even the best of the best, we're allowed to slip up and do things wrong in our home, and God will forgive us. This is where we get to do these things that we would never do outside. And it doesn't have anything to do with our character sometimes, unless we have a serious issue. Serious issues at home where there's abuse or anything like that. It could just be I'm silly at home, or I let myself relax, or I'm still working on this thing at home, but I'm safe, I'm at home. And my husband can be the one to tell me what to do with it, or I can be the one to tell him, this is where I get corrected, and he gets corrected, and we correct the kids, and we do things. But it's a safe place where we can pray about it and bring it before the altar. But it's not a place for you to ever let anyone hear. So if you're with the family members, you need to let them know, I'm on Zoom. Everything you say, when I press this, they can hear and see everything we do. So please watch what you're saying. I know you're wonderful, but if they only hear that thing, or they hear us bickering, they're not going to know that. They just see that little bit. And once again, someone can videotape that one little thing, and it's all over the world. So be ready to, whatever you put out there, to be ready to stand up for whatever it is. And that's what I have to do as well. So tell your family about your location. Lighting and sound. So the sound is that. Make sure you can control the sound in the room. They know you're down there. If there's people outside, just let them know, oh yeah, I have people outside or whatever. But that's fine. See, you're not filming like me where you have to have everything perfect. You just need to be able to hear them. They can hear you. The other thing is the lighting. If you do not have a window that you can be in front of with the lighting, get a lamp or a light. Like just a little light lamp. Because you're not doing this on a professional level, your lighting might be harsh on your face, but at least they can see you. And the only reason why you want them to see you is because you did your makeup, right? Everything that I'm talking about needs to be rehearsed. You need to do all of this in front of a mirror first. You need to know how you look when you're smiling, when you're not smiling, when you're intent looking. Look at yourself and know how you look. You know, practice looking at yourself. Make sure you're not digging in your nose, all that kind of stuff. You know, prepare, know how to turn yourself on when you open up the laptop and you are doing the Zoom, and prepare for the lighting. Get any kind of light that's really close to you. The more lighting, the better. In another video, I can kind of show you a little bit more of my studio, but that's not what level you're at. You just need to be seen. And after that, then we want to know about placing the laptops, because we're talking about laptops here. So I would take my laptop, see, and it's down here. If I open up my laptop, what you're going to see, it will be looking at me from here, right? I would need to make it the same level of the camera. I need to get it high enough to see me. The circle that's in the laptop needs to be where this camera lens is. And that's what you want to do. So you want to start stacking things up to make sure that the lens, that circle that's in this laptop here, this circle is eye level, okay? And once again, I want you to see what you look like with your laptop. Maybe you can do a Zoom with just you and somebody you know, okay? One person. Or just do something where you could just see yourself. Somehow do a mirror, I don't know, but you have to do a test Zoom. You can do a Skype with somebody and do the laptop. You can do it on Facebook, you can do it with Skype, but see, test your laptop in the eye level and test your lighting and everything we're talking about. Test it, test it, test it. If you want to make sure you're on point, test it, test how you look, test how the lighting is, and once you know how you feel, great. Big thing is frame. The frame. Actors know their frame and performers know their frame. I always ask, what's my frame? Meaning, if somebody's looking at the camera, they can tell me how far I can go where I'm out of the frame. They know where I am in the frame. The other thing is, something I'm very keen on is before I turn this thing on and I'm looking at the thing, I'm like, what's behind me? What do y'all see? I am not going to turn the thing on until I know what you're looking at. That's why you want a wall behind you. And you want to make sure that you have control over what everyone's seeing. It's so important that you have a wall behind you because you eliminate anything going wrong. If you have an opening behind you, anything can go on behind you, right? So, and you can't edit like this. This is live. So you want to make sure you've practiced what's in the frame of your studio. You set it up so that it knows to measure how it is, make the frame perfect, know what's in that frame, and prepare. If you have to undo it and take the laptop off, just make sure the stacks are where they should be. Everything's where it should be. So all you got to do is just place the laptop there and you're ready to go when it's time to go. Know what's in your frame. So that's why I wanted the last one to be this one. But guys, you're not off until you've closed that laptop. When you close the laptop is when you're 100% sure that you are off that Zoom. Make sure you're off the Zoom and make sure you close that laptop. Okay? You can always open it up later and look at it later, but do all you can to close it, but don't start talking like you normally talk if you have a lot of family in your family until you've closed the laptop. Then you guys can start screaming at each other, do whatever you do. But don't be doing that in front of your boss or the teacher or any of that stuff. Hopefully you don't have that going on in your house. But that's it. And I don't know if my sister has people there or not in her house. So if you're alone and you're doing this is going to be so much easier. But the control is what's around you, right? Know that you're not just watching something, they're watching you back. So you're not just watching something, they're watching you back. So before you turn this Zoom on, you do not turn on the sound or the video until you feel comfortable with your frame. You've looked, this is what I was gonna tell you later, you need to have everything in the room ready. Everything in the room. You have to have a mirror in your room, you have to have all your technology, everything you need with you. Don't turn it on, keep it black. And say, I'm almost there, just a moment. You can put the sound and say, I'll be there in just a moment. just getting ready. I'm here, I'm listening, and I'll be there in a minute. It's better to do that than to turn things on when you're not ready. Do not turn it on. Remember what I said. You could be videotaped, you could be put all over the world. I know you trust everybody in your Zoom, but you can't control what you can't control. All you can control is the stuff I'm talking about. Once it's out there, you don't know who can take that video and do whatever they want. So you want to look good. And you want them to find you saying smart stuff and doing smart things, right? So, and don't talk any bad about anybody in Zoom. Don't do any of those things. Be truth and righteousness. Anything you say about somebody's not there, make sure you're prepared to say it when they're there. Okay, that's very important. So you want to make sure that the thing is turned on when you're completely ready, when you have all these things and you have a mirror near you and you do what I did earlier. Once it's on, this is what they're looking at. So let me see what they're looking at right now. Okay, I've had times where, because I don't have a monitor yet, I'm going to be getting that. I'm like, oh, snap. The whole time I was talking to them, there was something right here on my nose. You know what I mean? So, it's okay. Just see, it's in frame. Just make sure it's out of frame and you just look real quickly and you glance and you go back, because you have to keep up with what image you want to do. Now, if you want to take these things and take it to a glamorous level, fine. If you want to take it a little lower and comfortable, whatever you get them used to, stick with, is what I'm saying. If they're used to you now just kind of being simple and you just put on lip gloss and you put your hair in a ponytail, make that consistent. But make sure that they feel like you've dressed up some for them. Okay, and I think that's all. And I love you, and I thank you for staying on this long. Sister Marilyn, I love you so very much. You're such a wonderful support, and I love you, and I love all of you, because I know that she speaks for many when she says some just wonderful things. God bless all of you. I hope that these go well. Please comment below if this has helped you, and please send me messages letting me know that if you want more videos like this, more specific videos, okay? I love you guys so much. Keep Jesus a part of everything you do and keep him in the center of your life. And I hope I hope you come on Saturdays at 11 a.m. for my belly dance fit classes, and on Sunday at 2 p.m. here. They're both here, okay? I love you guys. Bye.